I'm the president of the Okaloosa County Education. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. I've, unlike Mr. Metamore, never done anything like this, but I feel passionate about our position, and I'm proud to represent you. Teachers in this room who are proud to call themselves educators from Okaloosa County. Some of us have worked here for decades. The headlines, they tell the story. I have a chance to add the latest one that Dr. Tibbetts sent today. Congratulations to our high schools. High school students are proficient in math and reading than any other school district, keeping us the best employed. On every state and national test administered from 3rd grade up through AP and ACE, Okaloosa schools continuously rank at or near the top. We rank 1st, 2nd, tied for 3rd. We are rarely 4th, and we are never lower than that. In the state, I say, yes, it does, and it's sure doggone better. It's a bit misleading because many of you, I know, look at that average pay, and you're thinking, what the heck? I've never seen that. He failed to mention that our beginning teachers rank 57th in the state. They're 10 about a tight budget. In fact, just like you, all of us know what kind of economic times we're facing. It's rough all over. We live it. We get it. We know the budgets are shrinking. We know the state of Florida has not funded education properly, and that's not your fault. We get that. But when times are tough, we've got to get creative. We've got to plan, and we've got to work together. Nearly 2 years ago, the teachers stepped up to plan together, to get creative, and to find ways to make Okaloosa County more solvent. It was the teachers who came together and looked at a way to find savings. What we agreed to in the fall of 2009 was the formation of an annual salary scale, a scale that paid our new teachers significantly less for their first 3 years. On this new scale, a teacher with 16 years experience coming into our district makes $10,000 less than someone that had been here before the agreement. It's our newest colleagues that took the hit, and if anyone deserves a step, they certainly do. A teacher sacrificed, and we saved the district annually $250,000 every single year. Teachers stepped up again. We negotiated the use of the associate teachers to help Okaloosa County meet class size. Once again, we're paying qualified teachers on a separate, lower pay scale. The district realized a one-time savings of nearly $1 million for that agreement. It was inaccurately reported by the superintendent that the association refused the use of associate teachers this year. Actually, we took the lead and we surveyed those of you that participated in the associate teacher program, and we were anticipating its return, but it was never brought to the table. Teacher sacrifice, district savings. Teachers stepped up in spite of the professional hardship it caused. The district approached the association about a change in working conditions. Switching from laptops to desktops seemed like such a little thing to do. I heard from people, you heard from people. Why? Because it was a hardship. We now stay after school even longer, or we buy home computers to do the work that we're supposed to have done. sacrifice, district savings. Finally, the biggest one of all, and probably the one that gets to me the most, in the fall of 2010, after multiple meetings with state and local officials and on behalf of the association, I signed my name to the Race to the Top grant. This was the federal grant that only with my signature generated $2.6 million for our district. There was absolutely no way, other than an agreement with the association, that you would get that money. Remember, this was before we'd ever heard of SB 736, so we were stepping out in faith in an effort to improve our evaluation system, stepping out with confidence that our district appreciated the quality of our educators and would be willing to work collaboratively through the intensely difficult process. Needless to say, none of us knew what was around the corner and the hurricane that would hit when SB 736 landed on our doorsteps. We've lost nearly all control of our evaluation system to the state. And although the result of SB 736 is not your fault, teachers are the ones that are left with the unrealistic demands, and you are the one that got the $2.6 million. $2.6 million. Quite frankly, we didn't even ask. We trusted that that money would be used wisely and for necessities. And I'm going to take the superintendent at her word that that is exactly what it is used for. I don't know what any of that means. You can look at it. You can have a copy of it. I just know it totals $2.63934, and not one penny of it went to teachers. Not one penny. At your word that everything on that list was necessary, then that means that it would have been purchased regardless of whether or not you received the $2.6 million award. That means by getting the $2.6 million award, you were able to supplant the money that you would have had to have spent. Where is the $2.6 million that you did not have to spend because of the Race to the Top dollars? $14 million that were extra in the instructional salaries. Even if by some chance we got that all wrong, just made it up, we still generated in the last 2 years $4.7 million. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you don't see it that way, that when we agreed to associate teachers, when we agreed to a dual salary scale, when we gave up the laptops, when we signed on to Race to the Top, that we were doing that for Okaloosa County schools and having